Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming 4 looks with 4 newer-ish collections, palettes, all of the things. I have been working on this video for quite some time, and today I'm finally sitting down to film my 4th look. So if you guys like to see multiple palettes and multiple looks all in one video, hear my first impression thoughts, then just keep watching. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I love eyeshadow palettes. I love blush. So if that sounds good to you, highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. So like I mentioned, we've got 4 looks to cover, so let's go ahead and get into the first look. Okay, I'm gonna film with the Dede Signature Ultimate Cappuccino palette. They did send this to me, and I do have swatches as well as close-ups, so I'll go ahead and show that to you. I think I'm gonna do, I was gonna say a neutral look, but I kind of want to play with the greens. We'll see where the wind takes me. Okay, I'm gonna start off with this shade called Macchiato, and I'm gonna put that in my crease. Okay, next I'm gonna take the shade Hot Chocolate, and I'm gonna put it on the outer corner. Okay, I'm gonna take the shade Americano and put that all over my lid. This is so pretty and sparkly, just what I was expecting. I always spray my shimmers, you guys know this about me. And now I'm gonna go back into Hot Chocolate and just kind of add some more depth to the outer corner. Okay, so the look is pretty simple. It's almost done. I'm gonna line the waterline and finish that up real quick. I just used the Makeup by Mario black eyeliner. I'm gonna take the shade Hazelnut and put it in my inner corner. Okay, for the lower lash line, I'm just gonna take a little bit of Macchiato and run that all the way along the lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take a different brush and I'm just gonna go into the shade Hot Cocoa and blend a little bit of that shade into the lower lash line as well, just so there is some continuation for the look. Okay friends, so the look is done. I'm just gonna throw on some blush, some highlighter, some bronzer, do my brows, throw on some mascara, put on some earrings, you know, the whole works, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Okay friends, so here is the finished look. Let me tell you really quick what else is on my face today. So I'm wearing the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation. They actually sent me one in PR. I'm so excited. I had already purchased it, but I have 2 shades now. I have 23 and 24, so I'm really excited about that. For my blush, bronzer, and highlight combo, I'm wearing the highlight from Fenty Beauty. This is Yum Rum. And then I am wearing a new blush today. I haven't worn this one yet. This is Patrick Ta's She's the Moment. I had picked this up in the Sephora sale, and I was yet to wear it, so it's my first time wearing it. I was pleasantly surprised. I was a little worried that it wasn't going to show up on me, but I think it looks really pretty. And then the bronzer of the moment is this one from Sephora collection. This retails for $16. I think that's such a great price. I have it in the shade 02. And then for concealer, I use the Say Concealer, and my lip combo today is from e.l.f. and House Labs. This is in the shade Praline, another thing I picked up during the Sephora sale that I wanted to try out a little bit more because I wasn't originally super impressed with it. So that's everything I used to create this look. Now let me tell you really quick about the Dede Signature Ultimate Cappuccino palette. I think that they have totally improved their packaging. I love how this looks, and the layout is really cute as well. This palette retails for $34, and I will link it down below for you guys. I will say that the mattes feel a little bit thin in this one. I was really hoping for a punchy pigmented yellow. I think it looks okay, but the lighter shades, they didn't show up on me as much as I would like. I would definitely try a lighter base with these to get them to pop more, but I just used my Sigma Ignite primer, so that's one thing I noticed. And the shimmers did feel a little less creamier than what I'm used to with Dede Signature, but they weren't bad. They were easy to use. I just sprayed my brush every time because I do that anyway with my shimmer shades. So those are all my first impression thoughts on the Dede Signature Ultimate Cappuccino palette. Now let's go ahead and get into another look with another palette. Okay friends, so it's time to film another look with another palette, and today I'm filming with the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette and some Clionadh singles that I got from the Creators and Friends event. So I was looking online to see if I could find these, and I just looked at one shade and I wasn't able to find it. So I don't know if this is like an upcoming launch or I'm just not in the loop. I can't quite remember, but I will link the Clionadh website down below for you guys to check out. And also, I do have swatches and close-ups, so those should be flashing on the screen right now. I have been a big fan of this brand for so long, and I purchased so many of their eyeshadows. I'm now on their PR list, so I do get their stuff in PR as well. Highly recommend checking out my playlist. I've got tons of these stained glass eyeshadows, and they're absolutely stunning. So thank you to Clionadh for giving me more of these. And yeah, these just swatch so beautifully. I'm really here for that incandescent shade, and then some of the green shades are so stunning. So I have a suspicion I'm going to be playing with those on my eyes today. As far as the Makeup by Mario palette goes, I did pick this one up during the Sephora sale. I will say the swatches definitely gave me like mediocre vibes, but this is how I like to wear something a little bit more toned down. I love to pair it with my more fun single shadows, so I'm gonna give it a chance. I did hear that the formula is absolutely stunning, so let's give it a try. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I'm grabbing the black shade on this BK Beauty brush, and I'm just gonna use that on the outer corner. And actually, I wonder if I should just do a smoky eye. Okay, I just changed my mind. I'm just gonna do a smoky eye, so I'm gonna pat that black shade all over the lid. Plus, stained glass shadows look amazing on a black base, so typically I would use like a gel liner, but I've heard this formula is so nice, so I'm going to pack it on with this packer type brush. Now, I did start creating my like little faux wings, so hopefully I'll be able to keep that under control. But my number one tip for a smoky eye is to keep the black shade under your crease. As soon as you start getting into the crease, that's where things get muddy. So I always say keep it kind of low. And then I'm going to go into this shade, which has been catching my eye. It's like a really pretty warm brown, and I'm gonna start like blending that into the crease, and again kind of just keeping it nice and tight on the lower half of the crease, not really extending it up. We're gonna probably put a lighter brown shade there, but since I decided mid laying down the shade to change up my eye look, I'm just gonna kind of see if I can, yeah, there we go. Kind of trying to contain that black shade, because I was so afraid of darker eye looks for so long, and then I feel like I just kind of had to practice and figure out how it worked best for me. I have very deep set eyes, and so if I just went like too buck wild in the crease, it just looked wild on me. So yeah, I'm just going in with that brown shade, and I'm gonna kind of fix the shape of my eye that I want, and then I'll put on some more black if I need to, because I feel like the brown kind of took over the black. So I'm gonna go back in and just kind of, oh my gosh, there's like sparkles from me swatching. the shadows on my table. This is a nice black. It's definitely like building up on itself and there's not too much fallout. So love that for me. Now let's go in with the shades I've been eyeing, kind of these two in this palette. So I will put the shade names on the screen, but let's go ahead and pack that onto the lid, see how it looks. So I'm going to start off with the darker shadow. This is so beautiful. And as always, I'm going to spray my shimmers and I'm going to, oh yeah. Wow, that is so pretty. Clionadh never disappoints when it comes to the sparkle. I'll tell you that much. Okay, I feel like I'm in sparkly heaven. Now I'm going to just go in with that brush that I use for the mattes. And I'm just going to blend out the outer matte shade. Wow, that shade is kind of like blending out so well. That is so pretty. I'm going to take a lighter color, maybe this one. It's like a tan brown, like a neutral. And I'm just going to run that on the edge again to just kind of help blend out the mattes a little bit. It was so funny. I was having dinner with my husband yesterday. He's like, why don't you just bring your eyeshadow all the way to the top? And I was like, I mean, I guess you could. Technically, there's no rule, but I guess we all decided as a collective. Uh-oh, there's that black. Ah, uh-oh. Oh boy. I guess there was some fallout. But I was like, but this is usually how I like it, is to have like a little bit of skin showing at the top. But let me go fix this quick and I'll be right back to finish off the look. Okay, friends, so here is the finished look. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. It definitely turned out a little bit more glam than I was even expecting, but I'm here for it. Now let me tell you really quick what else is on my face today. So I'm wearing the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation, Tower 28 Concealer, two of my favorite products. On my face today I have two blushes. I'm trying out the new Sun Kiss blushes from Maybelline. So I have the shade 6, which is City Sizzle. And I have the shade Rooftop Views, which is number 7. Rooftop Views is a little bit light on me, so I did go on with the number 6 shade just to kind of amp it up a little bit. I'm wearing the Fenty highlighter in the shade Yum Rum, and the bronzer is from Sephora collection. This lip shade is the shade Aura from Unearthly. It's kind of like a red, but it's like a toned down red. So I thought it would go really well with this eye look. So that is everything on my face today. Let me tell you really quick my thoughts. I will say that this palette definitely performed and I am here for it. If you want something that is beautiful and blendable, but also buildable, and you want some neutrals at Sephora, this is a solid palette. I really like to pair palettes like this with fun shimmer shades, so I could definitely see myself reaching for this, taking it on vacation, putting it in my Shop My Stash. The other day somebody asked me like what my go-to palettes are, and I'm like thinking in my head, sometimes when it's like quick and easy, I do reach for palettes like this, so I could definitely see myself doing that with this one. And I also love the size. The packaging is really nice and looks like it's nice and sturdy, so this will be really travel friendly as well. I'm sorry about my nails. We're going through some things, so you know, there's that. As far as the Clionadh shades go, these are so beautiful. I just feel like if you want something really fun but you don't want to buy a whole palette, definitely check out the stained glass shadows at Clionadh. They also have sales pretty often, so if you want to check them out during a sale time, you can do that. I also do have a discount code with them. It's Cage Makeup if you want to save any time. They also have incredibly beautiful nail polishes. So many fun things. So another very special indie brand in my heart. So that is it for this look. Now let's go ahead and do another look with another palette. Okay, so we're going to create a look with the Forbidden Love palette from Klarity. I have a very intense pink blush going on because I thought I would play with the pinks and purples in this palette. I do have swatches and close-ups as well. I'm going to put them on the screen for you guys. I will say this palette swatched beautifully, especially the metallics. They were nice and creamy and very opaque. So I'm really excited to see how the look turns out with this one. I'm going to start off with this shade Trapped, and I have a bigger blending brush because I want to blend that all over the crease. So I'm just going to take this big Game Beauty brush and just kind of blend that shade all over the crease and kind of bring it to the outer corner as well. Kind of want to marry it into the blush shade that I used on the cheeks today. So once I'm done blending that in and it looks nice and diffused, I want to use a darker shade in the palette. So we do have some grungy tone blues here. So I'm going to go into the shade called Forget Me Not, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner. And I'm going to try the big brush just to see how that works out for me. I'm going to take a little bit more of Trapped and kind of use it to mesh that dark blue shade in with the blush. And this is just like super messy, like that's the vibe that I'm going for. Okay, I really like how that's looking. For the lid, I'm going to use the shade called All I Want Is You all over. Flat brush, pick it up on the brush. And as always, I'm going to spray my brush really well. It's going on beautifully. It's foiling nicely. Super sparkly shade. Okay, so I really like how the top half of the eye is looking. Now I need to line the waterline and finish up the lower lash line. Okay, for the lower lash line, I'm using this liner from Pacifica. I love it. It's like a minty light blue shade. And since this look has that more diffuse vibe to it, I'm going to start off again with the shade Trapped in the lower lash line. And I'm just going to, you know, blend it onto the area right below where I place the eyeliner. I'm going to take the shade Separate Ways and use that as the inner corner shade. It's just like a light blue. It's not really showing up, but I'm going to try and build it up a little bit over here. Okay, and then for the outer corner, I'm going to take that bigger brush again and just kind of dab it. Okay, so the look is done. I just need to throw on some mascara, find a lip shade, and find some earrings and do something with this hair, and I'll be right back to give you guys my thoughts on this palette. Okay, friends, here is the finished look. What do we think? Also, I just got these earrings in. I don't feel like it matches this look, but I couldn't help it. They're so dramatic, and they're actually not very heavy, so I will link the store I got them from down below. It was a random Instagram find, and they have really cute statement earrings, so just want to give them a shout out. But let me tell you really quick what else is on my face today, so that in case you want to try and recreate this look. So I've been trying to experiment with my Salt New York palette. So today I tried the foundation and the bronzer with a dry sponge. I actually used my Singe sponge, and I've been having a hard time with this foundation, but I realized I just wasn't picking up enough product. So I was able to use that foundation today, and I think the shade match is good. It is very dewy though, so just keep that in mind. It was a little bit too dewy for me, but I did go ahead and go over my bronzer with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I feel like that helped tone down the dewiness of the foundation. And I also used the Lunar Beauty setting powder to set my under eyes just to make the foundation a little bit more matte. So I feel like it's still quite dewy, but I was able to get it to work. So I just want to give you guys my thoughts on that. And then for bronzer, like I said, I use Physicians Formula. I don't have a specific highlight on today, but I did mix two newer face palettes to create this very dramatic blush look. So I started off with like a combination of these three from the Lunar Eclipse palette from Blend Bunny and Alice Atlantis. So really love that vibrant pink, and then I wanted a little bit of glow, so I went into the Amy Loves palette and I used the shade Eris for a little bit more glow on the cheeks. So that is the combination to create this very pink vibrant cheek, I just thought it would be fun to pair it with this more grungy palette. On my lips today, I'm just wearing a gloss. This is the shade Dahlia from Odin's Eye, and this is their collaboration shade with Judy from their second round collaboration. So that is everything else on my face. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Forbidden Love palette. So first of all, I think this packaging is so cool. This artwork is giving me Pirates of the Caribbean vibes, and it's very like grungy and very gothic looking, so I love that. And I will say the same about the shades. I feel like the dark row on top is a little bit of a twist. I mean, it's not like the most unique thing, but I feel like a lot of the times we see palettes laid out lightest to darkest, so it's a bit of a little trip there. I'm like, oh, this is a grungy palette? No, it's not really. It's just got a row of darker mattes and shimmers up there, but it's just like turning it on your head, right? Like if I was holding it like this, it seems like how standard palettes are laid out. As far as the mattes go, they are pretty thin, but buildable, and yeah, I had a lot of fun playing with this. It's been a while since I've tried a Klarity palette. The shimmers are nice. They're definitely a bit flaky. I would say you might want to put them on top of a glitter glue. I just always like to spray my metallics, and the one shade I did try went on really well. So overall, it's a nice palette, and I think this is kind of a fun, different take for Klarity. So I'm very appreciative for them sending this my way. Now let's go ahead and get into another look with another new palette I want to try out. Okay, so this is the last look that I am filming for this video. I'm so excited. I've had this collection for well over a month, and I need to just get this done. And I thought this palette would look really cute with this dress I have on today. It's a bit of an anomaly for me today. My kids are with my husband. He's taking them places, and I actually have the house to myself. I'm getting ready. I have a sip and see to go to, so I thought it would be fun to quickly film a makeup look. This is the Moonshroom palette from Lunar Beauty. I think it launched like at the end of March. And I'm also going to be trying the highlighter palette as well as the 3 glosses in the collection. Now I do have close-ups and swatches, so I'm going to flash those on the screen while we're chitty-chatting. I haven't swatched the glosses yet, but we'll figure that out when we get to it, I guess. But I'm super excited to try out the palette, and I'm also wearing a new blush, which I'm so excited about. I did pick up these Buttermelt blushes from NYX, and I have the shade, oh my gosh, Sooner the Butter on. It's like a really pretty like yellowy orange shade, so I thought it would really work with this palette. So I have an idea. We'll see if I can pull it off. I'm going to start off with my Unearthly brush, and I'm going to go into this shade called Weeping Willow. Oh gosh, I love that name. I love Weeping Willows. I have a Weeping Willow in my yard, and it's just a baby. I just want it to grow so badly. The neighborhood we live in is kind of a newer neighborhood, so all the trees either break because of the wind or they're like really little. But I just can't wait to see if this willow tree will take off, because how cute would that be? Like when my kids are older, we'll have this big willow tree. Was that a ramble? It was, wasn't it? It was a ramble and a half. I'm so sorry. I need to remember when I do this like wing look, I need to cut it like this, not this, and start filling in the crease. Oh, I always forget, and then I'm like, why did you just do that? Okay, next I'm going to go into this shade called Lion's Mane, and I'm going to put the shade Honeysuckle, which is this vibrant yellow, in the very inner part of my crease. But let's start off with Lion's Mane and blend from Weeping Willow inward. I think this is such an interesting color story. I did see when this launched, a lot of people were comparing it to Raw Beauty Christie's palette with ColourPop, which I think I have, so I can go ahead and maybe do a comparison for you guys at the end. Okay, so next I'm going to use the yellow shade. I'll probably just grab a different brush, something that doesn't have any color on it. Maybe like something like this, just a flat, fluffy brush, and I'm just going to tap that onto the eyelid as well. With yellows like this, I have to kind of pack it. I can't really blend too much because it just will sink right into my skin tone. So I'm trying to pack it on. Okay, I really love how that looks. Now for the lid shade, I'm trying to think of what color I want to do. Gosh, I feel like these shadows are like not budging. Like once I put them down, they're just like staying put. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. Now for the lid shade, I think I'm going to go in with Fairy Wings and maybe the shade Spores. So just a little bit of mixing on there. And then we can perfect the outer corner a little bit more. So Fairy Wings, I'm going to pick it up on a Lunar Beauty brush actually. And I'm going to give it a little spray. And let's see here. Ooh, it's a pretty like goldeny yellow shade. That's perfect. This is a nice formula and it's picking up nicely on the Lunar Beauty brush, which makes me so happy. Okay, now I'm going to take the shade Spores. I'm just going to turn the brush over, pick up a nice amount, give it a nice spray, and I'm just tucking that on the outer corner. Oh, that's such a pretty color. It's like a olivey green. And it's just meshing so nicely with the yellow gold. That is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I'm going to take that blending brush, go back into Weeping Willow, and just kind of run that a little bit on the outer corner as well. And I'm going to take a little bit of Dewdrop, which is like this beautiful green. And again, I just want to really play up the green in the outer corner. And I'm going to take that packing brush, go back into Honeysuckle, and really just amp up that inner crease as well. Okay, so I think it looks super cute. Now let me go ahead and line the waterline and finish up the lower lash line quick. Okay, for the waterline, I'm going to use Glossier shade in Ochre. I don't think I could have picked a more perfect eyeliner for this eye look. I'm going to take the packer brush and I'm going to start off by packing a little bit of the yellow on the inner corner as well as the lower lash line and kind of blending that right on top of the ochre shade just to help set it and really amp up the inner corner. I think I'm going to keep the inner corner just kind of that matte shade. So I'm going to take the brush and go into Weeping Willow and start blending from the lash line to the outer corner. That green shade is looking so patchy on me. I don't know why. I don't usually have a hard time with Lunar Beauty's eyeshadows, so it's kind of driving me bananas, but it's fine. I'm going to go into Dewdrop, and I also want to bring a little bit of that green. Dewdrop and Honeysuckle are like my college colors, so it's kind of funny that I'm going to a baby shower in this area because people love to wear green and gold, whether it's football or not. And I think school just let out for the summer this week, so it's kind of funny. Is this completely too much for a North Dakotan baby shower? Honestly, probably. Do I actually care? Not really. But, you know, that's just me. It is what it is. It looks, I tried to make it a little bit messier on the outer corners because I wasn't feeling the completely sharp line on the outer corner. I think it looks cute. I think it looks whimsical. Let's go ahead and finish up the look really quick. I do want to try out one of the lip glosses, so let me go ahead and line my lips so I can put on a lip gloss. I use the lip liner in Char from Unearthly Cosmetics. And I think I'm going to use the lip gloss in the shade Flora. It's like a really pretty champagne. I think it's a pink, actually. His glosses are so nice. I feel like it's supposed to be a pink shade, but with the dark lip liner, it looks more champagne-y, which I'm not mad about at all. I did not need to go in with the second round. That was overkill. Sometimes I just don't know when to stop. So that is the gloss. I haven't tried out the highlighter palette yet, so let's go ahead and add some beautiful highlighter as well. They used to have individual highlighters and they got rid of them. I have one of them. I think I have the shade like Venus. So I know so many of their followers were so happy when they were able to bring back highlighter. So it's a pretty bam highlighter. I do wish my blush was a little bit more intense. I think I might have to try another shade of this Buttermelt blush. Maybe I'll do this one. It's called Had Butter. Get it? Let's just go ahead and just scare all the North Dakotans away from talking to me today at this thing. Just kidding. That's so terrible. I don't know how to do subtle makeup, okay? I just don't know. Okay, I feel like a glowing mushroom. I'm going to spray my face, put on some mascara, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Okay, friends, so here is the finished look. What do we think? I really like it. I feel very warm and sunny inside. So this is the fourth look. Let me know which one was your favorite. You can leave an emoji, leave a comment, whatever you feel like. Down below, vote for your favorite eye look. I just love to know which ones you guys like. Now let me tell you really quick what else is on my face today. So my foundation and concealer combo is the new one from Fenty, Makeup Forever Concealer. I also used a little bit of the Huda powder, so that was nice because I haven't used that in quite some time. This is my second time wearing this mascara, but this is the Lash Without Limits mascara from Essence, and so far I really like it. It doesn't do anything too like extravagant to my lashes, but it does separate them nicely and it gives them some length, so I do like that, and it's a very affordable mascara. I also have been testing out the Power Grip setting spray from e.l.f., so I'll keep you guys posted on that. I'm wearing the NYX Buttermelt bronzer as well as the blushes I showed you guys. So that is everything that's on my face. Let's go ahead and talk about the Lunar Beauty collection really quick so I can finally sit down and edit this video. I will say the glosses are so nice. I do really love Manny's lip glosses, his liquid lipsticks. All of his lip products are so nice. This is very nice and juicy looking, but it doesn't feel thick or goopy. So if you're looking for a good gloss with lots of shades, check out the Lunar Beauty line. I think it's pretty stellar. The highlighter is very, very glowy. I'm so excited to see that Lunar Beauty finally bought their highlighters back. I love that it's in a palette. I know you can do a lot of mixing with this, so that is very cool. The packaging in this collection is 10 out of 10. I feel like they really knock it out of the park with the Lunar Beauty packaging. I love that there is a consistent theme throughout like the main eyeshadow palettes that they launch. So love, love, love the consistency in the packaging. And last but certainly not least, we have the beautiful eyeshadow palette. I was immediately attracted to this color story. I feel like this is my version of like a spicy neutrals palette. So I can't wait to keep trying this out some more. I did grab my At Forest side palette from ColourPop and Raw Beauty Christie. At first I was like, people always say things that look like so-and-so palette, look like this other palette. I see it slightly, but of course for me, bigger is better. I love big eyeshadow palettes, so I do love the expansion of the colors in this one. And Lunar Beauty has more like purple shades, which the Raw Beauty Christie palette is definitely more of those brown tones, and then like one olive shade, one yellow gold shade. So they don't have as many yellow mattes and stuff as the Lunar Beauty palette does. So you can't get this one anyway, and I don't know, some people get really annoyed when you start comparing things, and then some people really like it because then they can just look in their collection, see if it's something they have. For me, more is more. I will buy all the eyeshadow palettes that appeal to me because I love having variety. I collect eyeshadow palettes. It's also kind of my job to have a big bank of eyeshadow palettes I can refer to. But overall, I think this is a cute collection, and I think it was a really fun way to do some neutrals but make it more interesting. So those are all my thoughts on the Lunar Beauty Moonshroom collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this 4 looks, 4 palettes video. I definitely want to do more things like this. I just always struggle with time, you guys, because I just have very little time to film with my kiddos, which is obviously not your problem. I'm just letting you guys know why I do the things the way I do it. It's just that I'm limited on time and I'm doing the best I can. So I am very appreciative of you guys' support. I just want to say I do have a May monthly giveaway started. In the description box of this video, you can go ahead and fill out that form if you're interested. I did contact April's winner and send out her prize, so I hope they are enjoying that. But yeah, just want to say thank you and give back to you guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. Bye!